Hello and welcome to, I guess, will be part 4 of making the pattern bucks for the Lotus 7. And these are the latest ones that I did yesterday. They cured, I took them off today. So you can see the one nice long one that's to the back. I've been working my way down the front. I have 3 more to form up, and that should be all of them. So, the last 3 molds are done here on the left side, and if you're wondering about the clamp, that was to make sure that that crack that was up there was aligned back so it wouldn't distort any of the molds I'm making. Same with the washer and the bolt there to line up those two, so I could get a fairly accurate mold. So these will be dry and ready to come off tomorrow. They should just sit there fairly well, I hope. It's always that I hope. Alright, and then it can move on to turning these into wood patterns. And this is progress from yesterday on assembling the buck on this side. Right now everything's just held together with clamps. I have to figure out, I've got a couple of ideas of how to permanently pin it together or to do it in a way that individual patterns can be removed as needed. So last night I also decided to take some of my putty and figure out what the shape is here for difference. So it's simple, just make a short little mold. So if I take this, and of course you've seen this previously, of that metal matches the other one. So let's see if I can do this without. So if I do that there. Okay. You see the difference? Well, hopefully I've got this. I gotta move the camera to see. Sorry. Okay. That is the difference right there in the ridges. So, sorry if the camera's shaking. It's trying to figure out how to do this. Okay, so I think the difference is right here at the ridge. This seems to be right, going up, but it is, sorry. You reset back up. Okay, you're probably getting it. That's how much difference there is in the molds from the left to the right. That's it. So that gives me an idea of options now, which I'm still thinking about. These are the molds that I have made for, we'll say, the left fender. So if we start up here, that is the front all the way to the bottom of the fender, towards the front of the fender. And then let's see if you can see the curve and changes that take place. Now that white one is the top, the first reference point. Then you can start seeing the change of the fender until we get to the back, which drops behind the wheel. It's time to switch gears and take a different approach, because, all right, I do have all these matching nice matching patterns from the left side for the right, but I did run into an issue. I mean, I know how to do steps 1 through 4. I can do 1 and 2, and I know what 4 is supposed to look like, but how do I get 3 done? This is what I came up with. Since basically everything keys off of this top edge, you know, this piece here, and I could assemble it. I could assemble this, and it's 3-inch blocks in between each pattern is what it ends up being, and then each one would, you know, 3 inches there. But it's getting the alignment, and since there is a slight bit out over here, and this is way out of alignment from the crash. I'm trying to figure out how to assemble the buck with these pieces when the first main keying item is off. So and the shop that I've been talking to about getting the fiberglass work done, they said they really do need a starting place underneath, because what I was going to do was to make the buck for this side, and then I could pattern off what's underneath by taking what's the thickness of the fiberglass, add a spacer on each one of the patterns, add spacer, and then that would give me basically a pattern for the underneath to work off of. Seeing as I'm having a problem assembling this because the main key point isn't working, that's why I said step 3 is eluding me. So I started thinking maybe come at this from a different direction, to worry about just what has to be done inside to make the foundation up to build the Fender up from. So let's talk to, let's say it's plan B. Let's see if you can get an idea. Get this right. So what I started with is I anchored a board to the frame that holds the body up that I made, and took a number of 1/2 by 3/4. Let's see if I get this right. Gotta do this hands and eyes. Coordination. Get these, you see, and just set them all the way out, and then put them in a pattern and keep going. And then what I did is I built another layer in front of the first one, and I'll continue to build the layers like this all the way out. And when I'm done, drill locating holes through all of them that align, and that when I take this off, then I have, we'll say I have the back, and I have each layer. I just have to reverse order them and put them on the same lines, on the same bolt holes with all thread, and get my pattern back. So that is I'm doing this now. I could take, and I'm this is what I first started thinking about, just to make it in solid plywood form. I could take my curve template, and once I have taken them off, I could put the curve template across all of the points, lock it in place, and then that would give me a pattern to cut them out of solid plywood. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. So I did consider taking that pattern and putting it up inside and trying to get that way, but I tried it. And that's what this line here is from, because I did try it, but it's very difficult to get it to line up, and there's little pieces, you know, it's not always smooth on the bottom and everywhere, and you got to be perfect size, which that I'd have to trim that down, and it's not working. It really isn't. So this is, and I've got locations on the back. So if I configure the patterns out here and work this out, then layer by layer, I will see if I get this to work here. Turn the light on, maybe. See if that's any better. So layer by layer. Now the difference is that filler neck is very different. Let's see if I can get out. See if that helps. So I got to kind of work around it because I can't really make that area. Fortunately, on the other side, that area is not damaged. So that is my plan B right now for just what's underneath. And then working the patterns on the top to get the final shape on the top of the fender to match the other side. So at least I'm thinking this is going to be the good process. Hey, haven't done this before, and I'm working it through, and there's very little information out there to guide a novice into how to do this. So that's the update at the moment. Alright, this is 4 layers done, and I believe 2 more. I ran out. I got to go run to the store and get some more wood. But I believe 2 more will get me what I'm looking for. So this is 4 layers done, and 2 more should complete it. I think the last time I left off, which would be, I guess, yesterday for me, I was building the template in here and mounting on the studs you see. So, how'd it turn out? Let's walk around the messy garage because work's been going on. And here they are, 7 layers. I think they came out pretty well. Getting them out was a little bit tough. I did have to mark and remove 1 or 2 of these on some of them to get the room to get it out. So, alright, let me get down to the first one. This is the outside of the fender, and I started 1, went all the way back to 7. 7 was the base, the first one I started. But this edge, the back, you'll see actually 2 layers here, and the back layer is, like I said, it's number 2. But I didn't have enough room to make another, we'll call, full layer, but I did have just enough room to make the wood go flat and stick it up, and it went right behind the lip of the fender edge and gave me that final profile, which it got a little tight in some of these areas. But so if I take the radius finder here, the template maker, and if I'll probably need another set of hands in order to make sure, or a lot of clamps to make sure it is in the right place. But basically that then draws me out for my arch. And I do have a longer one that I can continue on, but right here it gets crazy where the top of the fender stops, and then it goes down on an angle for the inside of the fender well. So, which is not part of the top, but the top kind of stops around here. So, just to point that out. But I can take, once I lock the radius in, the curve, I can then take that, let's see if I pick this up, lay that out on plywood, mark and cut, and I will have my radius. And I made 3 locating holes and 3/8 all thread running all the way through with the same spacer that I use from we'll say plate to plate. Will give me a full template, a full buck underneath. So this is just what it had looked like when I am done, and I'm happy with what turned out. I am. So it'll make a good base to build the other Fender up, because it's got to. Okay, so let's go over to that Fender. Oh. What I think, oops, sorry, I gotta step over something, the knees. I really think most of this is gonna end up getting cut out. And then, because it's just such a hodgepodge, the way it was put back together, the bottom is actually good for reference, but the rest of this is just so off that I can see really cutting out a big section of it and building back new, which is what the pattern, the buck underneath will be, is a base to build from. And that's why I'm doing all this. And this is all for the body shop that will be doing the work. And as I said before, I could pay them to do this, or I do it myself, learn something in the process, which works out pretty well for me. So I think I'm going to end the video here, and the next one I do will be the plywood cutout, because I don't know if I have enough plywood. Might have to get another sheet to do this. So, have a good day. Happy repairs to your own cars. All right. Thank you for watching. And I hope this is maybe entertaining, maybe instructive, maybe just interesting to see what a strange person in a garage is doing. But I only get a few likes, so I don't know if people actually like what they're watching. So, thanks. Bye.